such a blessing to have you on with us because, well, as the son of a pastor who took care of foster kids, this one hit right in the heart. So on a personal note, this is a very, very special movie. And so you got to be so excited to get this out in the world, right?
Oh yeah, we're overjoyed. We're ecstatic about what it's gonna do. If it moved you, we're hoping it move every person that goes to the theaters July 4th. So yeah, we're definitely excited.
Definitely are.
Yeah, to see how it moved people.
Hmm. Well, and this is such a special movie, and I imagine the set was special too, because not all movie sets are fun, but this one, I know there's got to be a moment that stood out to you as like one of those moments that you think you'll always stay with you. Is there something for each of you that just stood out to you?
Oh yeah, I have my moment.
Yeah.
And when we were in the Bennett Chapel Church and we were having church, and there was a moment where, we got LaDonna, the real LaDonna,
Yes.
on the organ, and she's playing, and Josh said cut, but there was no cutting. The spirit was alive and it was moving, and people were being healed and being restored, and people were crying, and we just literally came together, and we were really engulfed in God's presence because we knew what we were doing. We were going into the spiritual realm and breaking bondages with these kids. And so I just remember it was hot too. Oh my gosh, there was no AC. It felt like it wasn't the real. It felt like old time church. Like I was like, okay, this is what church used to be.
Right.
And I just remember that will always be a moment, that I had on set that I will forever remember.
That's beautiful. Well, of course, I got to ask you because my co-host is Drew Pearson, one of our great Dallas Cowboys, caught the Hail Mary, went in the Hall of Fame. We're so proud of him. But he wanted me to make sure that I asked both of you your Hail Mary moment, which is that moment in your life or career where you just had to go for it and it worked out for you. What do you suppose that was for each of you?
Just hearing the voice of God.
Yeah.
Knowing that it's something that you would not have imagined on your own. And only each individual would have to express that and know that when something comes to you, somebody said, well, how you know it was God? Because you wouldn't have never thought it. People don't think about doing humanity things. I mean, that comes from above. I mean, we live in a society where people are hurting and all they do is just transform that they just pass that on and on. But when you're doing something that's going to take you apart from yourself, somebody ought to help me say that's Jesus.
Yeah, that's Jesus.
When you got to deny yourself,
yes,
come on now.
That's a whole nother level.
Come on now.
Yeah,
it's easy if you got a nice bank account to write a check and pass it on.
Right.
That's easy. But when you got to go to sleep with it and wake up with it and cry with it and pray with it and feel alone with it, come on, somebody.
Yeah.
That's God.
Yeah. That's
God. Hell too.
That's your Hail Mary.
That's Hail Mary.
Yeah. I mean, the voice of God.
Yeah.
That's something that somebody may struggle with because they don't know what that sounds like. And for me, the voice of God has always been, just keep going. And so my Hail Mary was it just being in this industry, and it's difficult and it's hard and it's challenging, but just keep going. The Hail Mary is don't stop, keep going. And so I'm forever grateful that I didn't quit, because there are times in my life I wanted to quit acting. I didn't feel validated. I didn't feel like I had purpose. This is the first project that I've ever done that I felt purpose. Even with Euphoria, with all the success and all the accolades and everything that came with it, I'm forever grateful, because it really set me up to play this role, because I had never played a mother role. So when I booked Euphoria, I was like, okay, I'm able to do this. And I'm like, wow, I did that. I was proud of myself. And then when The Sound of Hope, the Story of Possum Trot came along, I'm like, now is really time to knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
And you did.
Thank you.
Yes, you did. And of course, I think a lot of people are going to find inspiration for this movie. And I think there's maybe even a call to action. What are you hoping that people will talk about or discuss or think about when they get out of that theater? Because I think it's going to be impossible not to talk about it.
I think that people will walk away and begin to cherish family. Cherish what you have in a family. I think that they will make a decision that we're going to not cover up issues that we need to face. I think that they will begin to move into changing and making things better. I think that where there was a missing link, I think that this sound of hope, they're gonna hear the sound.
Mhm.
And say, if these little folks here went through all that, I got hope. Somebody is on the bridge of on the break of the bridge of giving up. Somebody's want to walk away from their family, but when they come on, Jesus,
Come
when
on.
they go to that theater
Yes.
and see this, somebody gonna go back to that wife, and some husband gonna go back, and some wife gonna go to their husband, and then they gonna gather the children around and say, we can make it. We
can make it.
we are family.
Yes, we are family. I love that.
And you must be just so excited to get this out in the world, right?
Yes, I am very excited, very, very excited to see God move in such a huge and such a powerful manner as he has already done so. And I believe that this is just the beginning. I believe that greater things is ahead, and we're going to see a movement of God like we never witnessed before.
That's right. Well, and of course, being able to do this through the arts is one of the great blessings, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is. To see how God is moving and how he have moved, it ought to just make us know that he's real and that he do what he said he gonna do. It ought to open up our hearts and minds and say, if God said it, you can take it to the bank. It's going to happen.
Was there a special moment on set that you think you'll always remember that just stood out to you as like, you know what, we're doing the right thing here?
Yes. There was a special moment when in that third scene in the film, the third sermon scene, I think, when the whole church just sort of gets up and then Nika, she starts singing, she's portraying Donna Martin.
Say we're gonna
And she said, Satan, we're gonna tear your kingdom down. And then the sound, everybody's beating their feet and the pews are shaking, and the filmmakers capture that. And so you feel like you're in Bennett Chapel in a pew with this battle cry of faith, with people at the end of their rope, but not at the end of their faith. And they are, and yeah, it's palpable, the energy that we had in that room when we filmed that scene, and it translates into the film. Thank you.
Yeah, and I feel the same way because the drum was beating, and the beating was, in the old days, people didn't have pianos and organs and all that kind of stuff. They made music with their feet, and they had the wooden floors and the hand clapping and all that. That's all they had. And to see that and how the Spirit of the Lord just rise up in that place and just turn that place upside down, it really caused, it really is a time of just feeling the presence of the Lord deep inside of you, and look like it was something inside just churning inside of you, that you know that this is the Lord's doing. God is moving in this place.
Yes. And my co-host, you may be familiar with, Drew Pearson, one of our great Dallas Cowboys, caught the Hail Mary, went in the Hall of Fame. And of course, we got to ask you, he wanted me to make sure I said it, your Hail Mary moment, which is that moment in your life or career where you just had to go for it and it worked out for you. What do you suppose that was for each of you?
For me, it actually happened in this film, and this is the first time I mentioned that. I don't think I was the first choice for this role, but I believed that I had to audition for this role and audition again. And, I got a chance to do the film. I was able to hold on to just an internal belief that I was ordained to be a part of this film. And to now be sitting here with W.C. Martin, Bishop Martin, like, it's a testament of I feel like it's like the Lord being like, you know what, that was good. That was a good exercise of faith, even when it didn't look like it was going to move forward. And now we're here, and it's so much bigger than my performance in a film. It's about the mission and the message behind this film. Yes. And so to be a part of this movie, but moreover this movement, and to have relationship with them, with such a mighty man of God like this guy, it definitely is a testament of greatness, of just how good our God is that we serve, and how he smiles on us when we put faith in action, like you and your wife did.
Yeah. What would you say yours is, Bishop Martin?
Well, I I think that just actually see God move is enough for me. Just see, he just looked like he just dropped right in the midst of us and just stir hearts and minds and souls up. That the scripture says, the fullness of God, the joy of God is in the presence of God. And to see that movement, that in his presence, there's fullness, regardless of what the problem is. But once you get in the presence of the Lord, there is fullness, there's full joy. I mean, and while you're in the presence, God can handle any situation that's going on in your life. And that's why I love being in his presence. That's why I love hanging around him, because I know he gonna make something happen in my life.
I love that. So well said. Well, we really, really appreciate the film. I think it's going to touch a lot of hearts and inspire some action, which is what we need in our entertainment right now. So thank you for making the film, and thank you for everything that you do, and look forward to talking to both of you again soon.
God bless you. We look forward to it.
Right on.
Thank you. Appreciate you.